I've just got off the phone with a friend of mine and something kind of crazy has just happened. Essentially, they've been hacked. And what's happened is somebody's managed to get into their email accounts. And if you think about it, if somebody gets into your email, they probably have access to an extremely large amount of information. They might even have access to things like your address, because you've scanned and sent documents when you've been trying to, I don't know, prove your identity to get your driver's license, or to, you know, if you're looking for a house or etc. There are lots of reasons why you might have sent images of your personal information over your email account. So the second somebody gets into your email account, they might have your national, your national security number. They might have your address, your full name, phone number. And the more information they gather about you, the more damage they can do. What I think happened to my friend was they obviously have two email accounts, because if you get into one, you always have a backup one, right? Just in case that you need to do a password reset on the other one. And it sounds like that the attacker had managed to get into both email accounts, which meant that every time that they changed their password, they were able to just essentially get straight back in again, which is kind of crazy. So, and dealing with that while it's live and while it's going on, you're kind of in a game of cat and mouse against whoever's attacking you. And it's a horrible situation to be in. Meanwhile, you're trying to make sure that they don't, open up bank accounts, because they can. With the information that you can get from somebody's email, you can open up bank accounts, you can try and take out loans, or you can get into people's banks and you can take money. So I'm going to go through all my emails now, my personal emails. I'm going to check that I have multi-factor authentication enabled. And what that means is that even if somebody got hold of my password and they got hold of my email address, because they would be logging in from either a new location or a new device, they would have to have something like my phone, because I would put on my phone an Authenticator app, which means that every time that I log into my email, I have to authenticate that I'm with my phone and it is me that is doing it. And it might seem tedious, but you only need to do it the first couple of times, and then you can say that on this device, this is safe. But it just means that if anybody tries to log in on a different device, they can't get in. So I'm going to go through it all now, and hopefully I explain it in a simple way. I'm going to be doing my own security hygiene, so you can watch me do that, because I probably need to do this, to be honest. I've got some email accounts on here that'll be quite old, so I'm just going to go through and square it all away. And hopefully you can follow along and you can do this yourself, and you can see how important this is to do. So let's get to it. Okay, so what we're going to do is I've gone and I've written down all my emails. It took me a little bit to have a ludicrous number of them. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go through one of my Gmail ones and one of my Hotmail ones. And we're just going to make sure that multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication is set up correctly. And you can follow along. So if you have a Gmail account, this is what you need to do. So when you log into Google, just go in the browser. I always use Chrome. I assume you can do it on other browsers, but yeah, do it on Chrome. And what you want to do is, when you're logged in, over here on the right, you want to click here where it says manage your Google accounts, which should be just underneath your name. So click on that. And what we want to do is we want to come over here down to where it says security. So just click over here on the left where it says security. And you'll see that I do have two-step verification enabled, and it's been enabled since October the 30th, 2022. I've got 2 passkeys apparently. Curious about that. So here's interesting. This Galaxy S9 doesn't exist anymore. So we're actually gonna see if I can get rid of this. Sign out. So this Galaxy S9, that's my old phone. That doesn't need to be connected anymore, so sign out of that. Mac OS. So this is me right now. This has been inactive for 136 days. Let's get rid of that. That's probably my old MacBook. So this is really interesting. There's a whole bunch of an iPhone in Spain. That's not me. That needs to go. Got no idea what that's about. September the 11th. Yeah, that's me logging into my YouTube account. This is a Linux device, and we don't need that, so we're going to sign out of that. I don't recognize that. Why am I logging in from Spain on an iPhone? That's actually kind of worrying. But they're logged out now. nothing malicious has happened. So maybe an iPhone that I sold a really long time ago. Maybe somebody is logged in on Spain. Don't know. Anyway, let's not think about it too much. I've had two-step verification for a long time. What we want to look at is skip password when possible. This is basically if you're logging into something that you something that is a device that you trust, like my computer or my phone, you can skip in. We've got a Google prompt on one device. Curious about that? Okay, it's fine. Don't worry about that. Okay, but what we actually want to do is I want to use this button here, this authenticator, because this is more of the most secure way you can secure your emails and your Google account. So we're going to set up the authenticator. I already have downloaded on my phone the Google Authenticator app. So I'm just going to use that. But if you haven't got it, you download it on your phone. I'm currently getting bombarded with messages from Google saying like, you changed your password, there's a security alert, but it's fine because I know it's me. So let's scan this QR code with my phone. I'm not going to show you what happens on my phone, obviously, because you don't really need to. Just follow the instructions on here. Basically, I'm going to read you what it says. It says add token. Do you want to add a token named Google? And then it's got my email address. I'm going to say yes. And then what will happen is it's already added. So I can see it's on my phone and there's like numbers underneath that name. So I'm just going to type in the code now and it will sync it. Verifying. Sweet. That works. And then this is a code that changes every 30 seconds. So it's kind of like, remember when you used to log into your bank app and you had those like PIN card reader things, you'd put your bank card in and then you type your PIN in, then it would give you a code. It's the exact same thing, except now we can do it on our phones. Right. That's all good. So that's basically all set up on my Google account. And what we're going to do is we're now going to look at my Hotmail account. Okay, so we're going to do this for my Microsoft email now, or my Outlook. And we are going to sign in, and then we're going to navigate over to the security area. See, it's really similar to Google. Okay, so we are in. Come down here where it says add a new way to sign in or verify. And we kind of come here where it says use an app. Quickly approve sign-in notifications on your phone. So we're going to click on that, and this is going to set up the Microsoft Authenticator app. All right, let's get it now. It's going to say finish setting up passwordless sign-in. So install the Microsoft Authenticator app and sign in to your account on the app. So I've got it on my phone. I've downloaded it. It looks like this. And we're going to unlock. I'm going to use my biometrics. We are going to hit the plus button at the top, click personal account, sign in with Microsoft, and we are going to log in. When you're in, you should get something looking a bit like that. Happy days. We have set up multi-factor authentication on my phone. Look at this. It's logged me out, which is perfect. Send a notification. Here we go. So I've been sent a notification to my Authenticator app, and it's telling me to hit the number that I see on the screen. So I do it. Approve. Log in with my biometrics, with my fingerprint again, because my phone has that set up. And here we go, and we're in. And that is how you set up multi-factor authentication on your Microsoft account as well. A lot harder than the Google account, but it's how we do it. So that's it. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If there's anything else you'd like me to cover, let me know. Any questions about MFA or setting it up on your Google accounts or your Microsoft accounts, let me know and we can go through it. But please set it up. Don't just think this won't happen to me. I'm sure that my friend thought that this could never happen to them, and it did. And they've had a pretty horrific day. And I mean really horrific. Who knows what information the attackers have got? If it's in your email address, I mean, the things that are in my email account, I think I have like my national insurance number, my tax number, all sorts of private information that people could use to open up bank accounts on me. So make sure you set it up in a way that you use your phone, use multi-factor authentication where you have to log into your phone and use an authenticator app. If you just use the emails that email each other, if you get into one email, you can get into any of them. Anyway, that's it. Thanks.